For many golfers around the world, whether they be professional or a high handicapper, one major golfing ambition is to visit the home of golf, St Andrews, and even be fortunate enough to tee it up in front of the R&A clubhouse and sample the delights and the tradition of the old course. For 18 youngsters from different corners of the globe, that ambition was realised recently, but it was part of a much wider experience.
The purpose of the tour really is to allow young international golfers to come to the home of golf, to learn about the traditions of the game alongside their international peers.
The Emerging World Youth Golf Tour, which is supported by Emirates MBD, a leading banking group in the Middle East, is an initiative that aims to provide an all-round golf education.
Golf itself already provides the juniors with a lot of life skills, and among these, you know, the ones that we know are honesty, respect, integrity, good sportsmanship. But I think our programme adds to that in that, you know, these juniors are travelling from lots of different countries. They speak many different languages and have different cultures. So this is allowing them to engage with one another and to develop socially and culturally as a result.
You've only got to watch the kids hitting golf balls here. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a great time. They're making friends for life. So it's incredibly important, because what we're doing here is bringing the sport in globally into one location to be able to play. It is very, very important in my opinion.
You might think that 2 weeks away from their families would be a strain. However, there was very little time for these children to miss home, with a comprehensive itinerary of golf-based education to keep them busy.
See, a lot of people get this right, and then they fall back and lift.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine, that feels okay. There you go. Good. Again.
I think it's fantastic that they can come to the home of golf, where obviously golf began, and still see some of the the basic traditions that go on in the game, as well as the innovation and the new techniques in modern coaching. So I think these guys, they certainly enjoy coming here, and I think they're enjoying the trip as well.
Obviously you've been on the course a couple of times already. I think, you know, one of the unique kind of charms about playing links golf is the pot bunkers. So how many of you have really experienced it that much? You know, it's much easier to maintain that bounce angle through impact, you know.
As Director of Instruction at the St Andrews Links Golf Academy, one of the elements that Steve North and his team focused on was something that many of the youngsters hadn't experienced before: the nuances of links golf.
If we go back again and we look like 100 years ago, these guys were hitting golf balls, and as they started to get better, then
other renowned golf coaches offered their expert tuition to the youngsters and found the age group of 11 to 18-year-olds most willing to learn.
Kind of weight shift, so you're kind of really moving with the club. With the enthusiasm they've got, with the amount of time they've got, and the sort of the age they are, where they're sponges for information, it's almost the perfect environment. It's one of my favourite things to do.
And I said to him, "What are you thinking about?" And he said the opposite of this. He said, "I was thinking, don't drop it short."
The juniors also enjoyed the insight from one of the game's foremost practitioners of performance-enhancing coaching. So the mental approach to the game was covered, as well as the technical side.
It's not just about golf, although it's a golfing fortnight for these youngsters. I'd really like to try and talk about mindset in general. Hopefully it will all work on the golf course and people will play better, but away from that, I hope that they can take something away from such a wonderful experience and actually develop, I guess, in other areas as well.
The tuition is comprehensive, with low and high handicappers catered for. Much of the learning is customised to the individual's ability, using state-of-the-art video swing, biomechanical and putting analysis technology at the St Andrews Links Golf Academy. The youngsters originate from countries like Argentina, Colombia, Italy, Slovakia and the Emirates. And with many of them staying together in boarding lodgings, strong friendships were developed through the group.
There's all different kinds of nationalities, but I enjoy it. I mean, it's nice meeting new people and keeping in contact. Hopefully see them around soon.
I think it's really great. It's different to what you usually have at home, you know, to have like all these really good coaches here. It's really great.
It's a beautiful place to be, and many of the pros have played here. Tiger Woods, they've said that they've cherished this place a lot. It's good fun playing here, especially in this weather where you're not sweating around much.
If you live in these tiny little systems all over the world, it gives you a much broader view and a much probably better view of the whole world and different cultures, different thought patterns, if you're actually sort of immersed together in this sort of common desire of all loving golf.
One of the highlights of the 2-week camp was a clinic with top ladies European Tour and Solheim Cup player Melissa Reid, who's an ambassador for the Emirates NBD Passion for Golf programme.
You know, the most important thing for practice is you actually gain something from it. I think that's the most important thing that I could probably tell you today, is that, you know, we practice for a reason. Whether you practice for 20 minutes or you practice for 6 hours, as long as you're gaining something from it, as long as you put the work in, it doesn't actually matter what age you start.
At the age of 15, Melissa was already playing off a scratch handicap, and she feels that this type of programme would have been a real benefit to her golfing education.
It's a massive opportunity for them, and to come to the Home of Golf, to have that opportunity at that young age, I mean, I would have jumped at the chance. So, yeah, they're very, very lucky, and, you know, they seem like really good kids. So, yeah, I mean, I think it sounds like they've all had, you know, a good lot of banter the last 2 weeks, so they've really enjoyed themselves, I think.
What we're looking for is to run more of these in St Andrews, but also to take the tour around the world, and by doing so enable lots more juniors around the world to benefit from a programme like this.
As the fortnight came to a close, it was time for the youngsters to enjoy a final evening together before heading back to their families. It was a chance to reflect on a truly successful initiative.
We sponsor 2 professional tour events in Dubai, but equally we're involved in the community and the grassroots. We have our Passion for Golf programme, which is about promoting participation in sport, particularly among the young. And this is something that we see the Emerging World Golf Camp as being a sort of international extension of that initiative.
It's about the friendship. 18 youngsters heading for home to different corners of the world after one truly unifying experience of a lifetime, and all with a smile on their faces.